Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and shalom. I am Eka Preni from English Education Class A 2019 and I carry out my activities at the Junior High School of Formagene. So the first is preparation in carrying out activities. In carrying out this activity, I initially asked permission from the senior PPL children to meet me with the English teacher, then ask for the lesson plan or syllabus. I went to school with my friends, and when I got there, I was welcomed by the teachers. I met an English teacher, name is Mrs. Nurbia SPD. And when I get the lesson plan, I plan to use the YouTube application, book for the assignment, and Google Classroom application. When I went back to school and I implement it, I got info that for implementation it would be better if I didn't use books. Then I rewrote the lesson plan that I had made to eliminate the use of notebooks. And finally, I used the YouTube application to listen the songs and conversation, WhatsApp application to view the text of the conversation, Word to create assignment, and Google Classroom to college. I contact my sis Aulia, and when I made the lesson plan, I made the lesson plan for class 7. So, for the next activity, I contact Mrs. Mahliana as a PPL child who teaches in grade 7. And this is a photo when I first contact with sis Aulia and ask for help me. And the next photo when I meet with the teacher English, Mrs. Nurbia. The next implementation. At the implementation stage, I initially sent the RPP that I had made to my sis Mahliana via WhatsApp application. And a few days, I went back to school to implement it. In the implementation process, at the beginning of the lesson, the teacher plays the good morning song to students through the YouTube application with a link and listen carefully to students. Teacher and students sing the good morning song that has been played. And the good morning song can access with a link. The teacher sent picture and text conversation to the group via WhatsApp application, and students who don't have mobile phones are expected to join their classes friends who have mobile phones or can listen through the teacher laptop class. But in class, all of students have phones. The teacher asked students to observe picture and conversation about gradings. The teacher plays an example of a conversation in front of the class through the YouTube application and share the link with students. The next, the teacher reveals the text of the conversation and is followed by the student. Students are given the opportunity to ask questions, relate to picture, and share conversation text. Students who are given the opportunity to answer the question that are there. The teacher facilitates all question and answer given by students. Students collect all information about grading by opening YouTube and English learning. Students conduct a dialogue about grading from the conversation text in pairs. The teacher asks students in pairs to have a conversation orally in front of the class. The teacher sends the gap dialogue into the class group, and then the students complete the dialogue as an assignment. Students complete the dialogue using the word application. Students send the complete dialogue to the classroom application, and the teacher send the link for download Google Classroom application. And this is photo when carrying out activities. There are two photos. The final process of this activity is an assessment. In the learning process, our assessment are skill, attitude, and knowledge. The learning process even though there were still students who didn't focus, let alone use mobile phones, and some students are very enthusiastic to take part in this lesson. For the application that I used is very effective besides making easier for the learning process. Students are also easy to understand it used because the application I use include applications that are commonly used in everyday life. Even though there are still students who don't really understand the word and Google Classroom application. For the assessment of students, assignment and skill, I and the senior conduct an assessment in the PPL children's room. However, because it was time to go to home, I sent the student. My sis Mahliana sent the student grades online with WhatsApp application because after the activity, I also returned to my village because there is an activity in the church. And the next day, my sis Mahliana sent to me the assessment of student assignment. And this is a photo when I and sis Mahliana in PPL room for assessment, and my chat with my sis Mahliana. So the next impression, this activity was very memorable for me because from the beginning to the end, I learned a lot of lessons. The activity of remaking lesson plan is something new that I never got before. This activity also made me bolder and braver to ask questions, meet new people such as teacher, children, and students. I am also very happy for the teacher who have helped me well and welcome. So message from me, I hope that with this activity, students and teachers will not always rely on textbooks, and hopefully this will become my knowledge in dealing with the next semester. So from me, and thank you so much.